6, Ms. Mary Baker, she stepped out for a second. She's present. District 7, Ms. Sabrina Hill.
Present.
District 8, Ms. Joy Tellis Cooper.
Present.
And District 9, myself, Dan Straker. Interim Superintendent, Dr. Douglas Hendricks. Present. Board Attorney, Mr. Clayton Doyle. Present. Assistant to the Interim Superintendent, Ms. Dawn Bobby.
Present.
Assistant of Special Projects, Ms. Alicia Battles. And Board Liaison, Ms. Kimberly Black.
Present.
Good deal. Now reading the ethics statement. In accordance with Board Policy BH, it is the duty of every board member to avoid both conflicts of interest and appearance of such conflict. Does any board member have any known conflict of interest or appearance of such conflict with respect to any matter scheduled to come before the board at this meeting or appearing on our proposed agenda? If so, please identify the conflict or appearance of conflict and refrain from participation in the matter involved. We now need to adopt the agenda for this evening. Can I get a motion for the adoption? Ms. Tellis Cooper? Second, Mr. Christmas. The motion has been made and properly seconded. Can I get a vote for the adoption of the agenda? It's unanimous.
Ms. Barrow said, please raise your hands high so we can see.
Unanimous, Ms. Barrett. Everyone voted in the positive. Mr. Superintendent, we have recommendations from the executive session. The platform is yours.
Mr. Chair, Vice Chair, members of the board, colleagues, and community, I bring to you this evening a recommendation for assistant principal position at Guerra Elementary. The candidate is a Miss Odeyika Olarakami.
Can I get a motion for the assistant principal? That's Ms. Tellis Cooper.
I move that we accept the recommendation from the superintendent for the assistant principal at Riverdale Elementary School.
And a second, Ms. Hill.
I second the motion.
The motion has been made and secondly, properly seconded. Can I get a vote? It's unanimous. I think that's it for executive session. Am I correct, Mr. Superintendent?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Man, don't make me do this. But if you could come down, take a quick photo. You did a good job.
All right.
Are we good?
Yep, we're gonna look here. We go 1, 2, 3. Hold that. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Congratulations. Board members, we're going to start the board members' updates. Would you like me to start from the right or the left? Jasmine or Joy Cooper?
Okay, I'll start.
You'll start.
Thought it was next meeting, I didn't give Kim my uploads, but just really quickly, reminder, the heartfelt event is on February the 28th, this Saturday coming up from 1 to 3 at 5900 Reynolds Road in Morrow, so I'm asking that you come out and support. And also, the Joy Tellis Scholarship is out there and available for you to apply for Morrow and Forest Park.
Ms. Hill.
I have no updates.
Dr. Haney?
But first of all, good evening. I want to thank CCPS for last weekend. I think it was last week. Yeah, well, it's running together. Over at the arena. Thank you to Dr. Simpson for just pulling all this together with the help of CCPS. Thank you to all the departments for coming together. I think I scared Mr. Joseph. I thanked him and hugged him and just told him thank you, considering that the last time I was in that arena, I was walking through the walls, but now to actually walk through that building and to see people from different parts of Georgia coming to enjoy our establishment really brought a sense of pride to CCPS as well as Clayton County. So I just want to personally thank everyone for their part, whether it was in front or behind the scenes. It wasn't like it was not noticed. And I want to thank also our safety and security for holding it down, because I saw them at every aspect of that building. And it really meant a lot to see that, and they knew that we were there, so they knew that there was going to be zero foolishness that was going to take place, that was intended, probably thinking they were going to take place. But to see CCPS come together, to see our staff come together, to see the community come together, whether they were in Clayton or not, it just really meant a lot. So again, thank you to everyone. I know you all worked long hours. I kid Ms. Hall, she was full of energy when I first saw her. By Saturday, she was going on down, but nevertheless, she kept it going. And to see how the transportation department really came together. So again, thank you all, and I really do appreciate that. And I want our students to understand the work that we're doing may not always agree, but it's all for you all, and it's just not talk. It is solely for you all to be able to enjoy the benefits of what we do. Whether we build up another building, whether we're fixing up another building, it's all for you. So those are my only updates for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Haney. Ms. Baker?
Okay, all I can do is say ditto on that, because I can't say it any better than Dr. D did. So I'm going to go on to a couple more things. I was here for the performance of Pace Dare to Dream. We have some incredible students in this, actors, actresses, whatever, performers. If you didn't see it, shame on you. But y'all need to start taking names, because in the near future, you're going to see these names on the big screens or on Broadway. So kudos to all the staff that makes that happen, the students who performed. The next thing I want to do, mock trial. Jonesboro and Morrow High School have advanced to the next round of district, which will be held this weekend at the courthouse in McDonough. I believe it starts about 8 o'clock. There should be about 3 rounds. So if you can make it, go cheer those people on. Again, I've seen these people over the years, and if I needed a lawyer, I'm grabbing some of the ones I saw perform there. So again, we have great things, great coaches, and just thank you to all the work that goes in. If you've never seen a mock trial and the hours that is put in to do this, it's incredible. So thank you.
Good deal, Ms. Baker. I got a few things, so please bear with me this evening. First and foremost, I want to take a moment of silence for one of our students who's passed away just recently. He was Rashad Greason. He was part of the Alternative Virtual Academy. He had an accident in the past week. So if we could just get a moment of silence for him before I move forward. I thank you. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the GHSA event because my 2 colleagues have just explained to you how proud I am of the district for being able to pull that off. Dr. Lee will definitely confirm that I was doubting Thomas, and when it came to being able to pull off that event, and Dr. Hendricks proved me wrong. It came off extremely well, and I believe Mr. Joseph will confirm that it was almost 20,000 people over the days in which we had the events. So quite impressive, and I thank the staff and the district for putting on that event. I also want to thank the superintendent, the interim superintendent, Dr. Hendricks, for coming out of the gate and bringing value added to our district immediately. We had an extremely great event that was put on for Sacramento State University. Actually came to Clayton County and visited us and tried to recruit our students. Dr. Hendricks brought them to the district, and I gotta shout out Dr. Dunn for showing the Sacramento State how we do things here and how we bust in tons of children that want to grab the opportunity. I also gotta give a super shout out to Dr. Duncan, because how you put that on in one day. I think I called you while we were having the meeting, and you actually made it happen 2 or 3 days after. So you guys are amazing, and you know, you're the epitome of what we should be doing for our children. Lastly, I would like, if he is listening, and I hope he's listening, or I hope this is recorded and he can come back and listen, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Mason White. He sent us an email today, and I think all the board members got that. He is a Jonesboro Youth City Government Youth Advocate, and he attends Morrow High School. Now, the reason I bring this up is because the community, parents, encourage your children when they have concerns to reach out to us. Those are when children reach out to us, I gotta be honest with you, that's probably all I listen to, is the children, because this is all about them. And when these children reach out and they approach us in such a professional manner, it has to be applauded and it has to be listened to. So Mason White, if you're listening to this, keep up the good work and keep advocating for your students at Clayton County Public Schools. That's my updates for today. Ms. Williams.
Hello, I don't have any real updates. Just want to say hello and make sure to take care of yourself physically and mentally.
Thank you. Ms. Corey.
I want to reiterate that, and I'm going to take a moment of silence for losing one of my sisters. 137 of us, we just lost our sister, and I'm going to ask for a moment of silence as she enters the Omega Omega chapter. Thank you. In the meantime, I want to give a shout out to the FBLA students at Drew High School who were kind enough to invite me to come and sit in on their meeting. What I heard from students was the word family. We talk about our black and brown students. One of the students, I won't call names, informed me that he had come to this country and he actually had been detained by ICE. And that really struck my heart when I looked at how those group of children, because I was teasing them, I have all these girls in here and you have a Mr. President. But when he told his story, I understood it. Every kid in there talked about being in a family. One of the children was Emily that had been Dr. Smith's MC at his State of the School performance, and she's actually brought the FBLA together. She's a sophomore. She had been the president. She told the story of how she'd been bullied. Then other kids told all of the types of things that have happened to them, but they were a very cohesive and productive group. I also had the opportunity to go to Forest Park High School along with Ms. Cooper, and we were able to throw out the first pitches at the girls and boys games. I reiterated, I think I did do a little bit better. You know, Joy got to get back in shape. I was able to get the ball across the waist. The little girls told me I needed to try to throw a fast pitch. I told him when I went to school, we threw it underhanded, so I was able to get it, and then I later was able to go to the boys' baseball game, and I actually think I did a little bit better than Danny Nagel and the principal, so I still got it going on, and it's 70-ish. So I also give kudos to the school district regarding the wrestling match, and we did have a young lady at Marble High School, I believe she finished 6th, I did see her. And again, we just want to thank everybody in Clayton County Public Schools for being a family, and when we need each other, everyone is there. I was laughing because, let me see, I saw everybody from the core cabinet, the superintendent, core cabinet all the way down. And I started laughing. I said, oh, I can't believe we even got the folks at the top out there working. So everybody just came together, and I'm just so happy. And looking forward to, got to do a little bragging. I want my granddaughter that's a starting freshman guard at Marble High School. I need Marble High School to come on and bring home that state championship. But I'm gonna say good luck to all the other schools as well. But you know, I got to go for my granddaughter first. Passing the buck too.
Mr. Christmas.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. I just simply like to say, I also went to Dare to Dream. There was a second grader there that I thought she may have been in the 5th or 6th grade when she sung.
Oh, yes.
She was phenomenal. There was a little boy, I can't remember his name, but he sung, You Got a Friend in Me.
Oh, yes.
He done an excellent job. The play was really, really nice. The other thing is the Clayton Eagles will be playing this Saturday at the Eagles Nest. If you are not busy, please come out and support the Clayton Eagles. It's a very, very good team. We're still trying to go to state again, but we're trying to win state. So please, if you're not busy on this Saturday, please come out and support the Clayton Eagles. Thank you.
Ms. Bowles.
Greetings, colleagues and community. Glad to be with you tonight. Just a couple of announcements. Tomorrow night, February 24th, Ms. Hill and I are hosting a community conversation in the cafe, so please join us if you are willing and able. On the following day, which is Wednesday, February 25th, I would love for you to join me for some yoga and mindfulness, also in the cafe. If you are willing and able, I'd love to have you. I also have a student shout out. I want to give a shout out to John Funny III. This young man actually is a District 1 resident and was able to speak before the committee, before state representatives, before a committee hearing for a bill. So that's really exciting to see our scholars advocating across all levels of government. And with that student shout out, connected to legislative session, just like to share a couple of updates. There's a lot going on, and crossover day isn't actually until next Friday in the General Assembly. But some things to watch regarding education is a new bill mandating kindergarten. It's part of the literacy element that we are addressing here, inspired obviously by the Mississippi Miracle for so many. We can expect expansions to the cell phone ban bill. That started in K-8, but you will begin to notice the expansions into 9th through 12th grade coming soon. There's also an attempt to address digital literacy, which is a way to address the difference between fact, fiction, opinion, misinformation, disinformation, a lot of that's going on. And then also please be on the lookout for some school voucher expansions, which I think should be on all of our radar. The voucher expansions have been happening over the past several years, but a new element just dropped recently is about allocating some SPLOST use, actually, for this purpose. If you'd like to read more, that's in SB 475. That will be all for me, and I'll see y'all next week for more.
Ms. Bowles, thank you very much. Ms. Hill, I think you wanted to.
Yes, thank you. Greetings, everyone. And I just wanted to circle back around to say that Clayton County Public Schools will be promoting education in the arts and education History Month, and they will be hosting here at the Performing Arts Center Motown Motor City Review. And that will be featured on Thursday, and I believe it may go through the weekend. And I just want to say that my nephew, Garrett Williams, will be present. He just recently left Star Search. Prior to that, he was in New York on Broadway. He did Waiting for Godot with Keanu Reeves, and he also was at Young MJ for a couple months ago. So I just want to say he will be present. And so if you have time to stop by.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, ma'am.
It's going to be here at the Performing Arts Center.
I thought she was finished. I'm sorry. I gotta just go back. She said circle back. We gotta give it up to Lee Buddy, principal though at Pace. Most of us attended. There's your ring. We gotta give it up. I know he had to have made $1 million. I already tried to text him to see if we could go to Hawaii for spring break. People, if you all want to know how to advertise the show, you gotta have a conversation with him, because the people were all the way to the parking lot. They had halos, they had what are those, magic wands, and so you couldn't have come in there broke, because if you brought some children with you, you had to have some money. They don't take cash. I think they had to, you had to have some cash out, Apple money or whatever. So if you were broke, then don't come in with your grandchildren, now. But I just had to give them a shout out, because as Mr. Christmas said, those children sang their heart out. And then my favorite little song is You Got a Friend in Me. So, and the little girl, what did she say? Was it Frozen? Was that the song? Oh yeah, she tore up that song right there. But anyway, let's move on, sir.
Good deal. Mr. Superintendent, the platform is all yours.
Thank you again, sir. On January 14th, you recommended me to serve as interim superintendent. On January 29th, I took oath of office at Clayton County Magistrate Court. That oath was not symbolic, it was binding. It required coherence, stewardship, and disciplined progress, not activity for activity's sake. Since that day, we have been aligning this district so that what we say and what we do are indistinguishable. We began with professional agreements, meeting with every leader to ensure belief would lead compliance, not the other way around. We recalibrated expectations around time, attendance, and accountability, because seriousness among adults precedes stability for students. We are reorganizing our people, staff, and departments so that our system is not merely efficient, but logical. Reporting lines must reflect purpose. Authority must match responsibility. Structure must support instruction. We have strengthened governance around the Convocation Center and finalized negotiations with TRP now to protect public interests and assets while expanding opportunity. Those efforts have already yielded additional employment opportunities for our employees. The solidification of junior achievement partnerships within our facility, and the creation of workforce development opportunities in the Creative Studio at the arena at South Lake. Building a better tomorrow today remains our promise, not slogan, but design principle. This evening, you will see that promise translated into instruction. You will first receive an update on the Creative Studio, located on the second floor of the Convocation Center. This space is not limited to single pathway or program. It includes a broadcast room, marketing agency space, music studio, flex training rooms, and dual enrollment classrooms. It is structured to ensure equitable access across all content areas: math, science, English, language arts, social studies, world languages, art, and beyond. Students will produce documentaries, record persuasive speeches, design marketing campaigns, develop coding projects, and participate in interdisciplinary hands-on learning experiences. The facility is also designed to strengthen professional learning for our staff, reinforcing the connection between student innovation and adult growth. You will also receive an update on our early literacy initiative and the Riverdale Early Learning Center. Literacy in Clayton County will live a vibrant life. Our work is grounded in the science of reading, structured literacy, and Orton-Gillingham-aligned practices. Through partnership with the Rollins Center for Language and Literacy, we are strengthening teacher capacity and ensuring instructional consistency from pre-K through the early grades. When Tier 1 instruction is rigorous, remediation decreases and opportunity expands. Literacy is not an accessory. It is protection for every child's future. Finally, you receive an update on our partnership with Junior Achievement of Georgia. Through BizTown, Finance Park, and the Dream Accelerator pilot, our students in grades 6 through 8 are engaging in instructional financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and career exploration experiences. This theory before practice model ensures that students first learn foundational economic principles and then apply them in immersive, real-world simulations. These experiences cultivate leadership, financial responsibility, workforce readiness, and informed decision-making skills that extend beyond graduation. Each of these presentations reflects coherence in action. Early literacy establishes foundation. Applied learning builds relevance. Creative spaces cultivate innovation. Career stimulations develop agency. This is not fragmentation, it is alignment. We are preparing for graduation. We are strengthening Tier 1 instruction. We are refining governance. We are safeguarding public resources. We are reorganizing for logic and performance. And we are asking every adult in this system to stay the course, free of distraction, anchored in strategy, guided by fact, research, and law. Children remain first. Our employees' futures remain close behind. Our commitments remain disciplined. Mr. Chair, Madam Vice Chair, members of the board, I now respectfully turn the floor over to our instructional leaders as they present the work underway across Clayton County Public Schools. Dr. Monica Wiley will lead us off.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, Madam Vice Chair, members of the board, our community, and our staff. It is a pleasure and an honor to step back and turn the microphone and the presentation over to our student interns. But before I do that, I wanted everyone to know that these are some of our student interns, and we have student interns in the back, so I wanted to acknowledge them, and also Ms. Kimberly Scott.
Please?
Yes, please stand. We also have Ms. Kimberly Scott, who is a magnet marketing specialist for us, and she has been the lead with our student interns. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to our student interns.
Good evening. Good evening to the interim superintendent, the chair, co-chair, and to all the board members, as well as to our ladies, gentlemen, and scholars in the room. My name is Julie Lee. I attend Elite Scholars Academy as a junior, and I serve as the school marketing intern as well as the client department lead.
Good evening, interim superintendent, chair, vice chair, and lovely ladies and gentlemen as a part of this lovely school district board. My name is Zavita Hall, and I serve as the operations lead on this lovely team of marketing interns, and I am also a senior at Lovejoy High School.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Camila Hernandez, and I'm a junior attending Elite Scholars Academy as well, and I serve as the social analytics lead for the social media team.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jordan Milner. I am a senior at Lovejoy High School, and I serve as the strategy department. And today we present to you the Creative Studio at the South Lake Mall meeting. Now, how is everybody this evening? Great. That's good. Now, before we get into the presentation, I just want to take a moment to say that we spend so much blood, sweat, and tears into creating this presentation for y'all. And we appreciate everyone for coming out today. inspires creativity, curiosity, and innovation. This space is designed to move beyond the traditional classroom instruction by empowering students to think critically, create confidently, and collaborate efficiently. By focusing on media literacy, communication, and teamwork, we help students build skills that they need to adapt and build the skills that they need to adapt to succeed in the constant changing world. Our purpose is to provide engaging, project-based, hands-on learning opportunities where students actively apply their learning in real-world situations. This approach reaches across all content areas, not just CTE. So every student has the opportunity to apply their learning in meaningful ways. Ultimately, after high school, students will need to use their skills long after graduation. So, what better way to prepare them is by giving them these opportunities to practice on right now. Our guiding principles are centered on a commitment to equitable access, ensuring that every student, regardless of background or pathway, has a high-quality learning experience and innovation resource. We believe in cross-curricular integration where learning is interconnected and all subjects are bridged together to reflect real-world problem solving. Through instructional information, we embrace modern teaching strategies that foster creativity, critical thinking, and collaboration in the classroom. Additionally, we prioritize career exposure and authentic experience, providing students with opportunities to engage in industry tools, professionals, and real-world experience that meaningfully connect their education to future career pathways. Our faculty is designed to support innovation, hands-on learning across a variety of programs. The broadcast studio is a professional space where students can produce the live announcements, podcasts, and other media content. Our photography and film education are equipped with industrial standing technology for visual storytelling and digital media production. While music studios and control rooms serve as a creative hub for recording, mixing, and producing original audio projects. Flexible training rooms for collaboration workshops and interdisciplinary projects. Additionally, our dual enrollment and instructional classrooms offer advanced academic opportunities while supporting teachers and practices. Now I'm going to pass it on to Camilla.
As Jordan mentioned, thank you so much. The Creator Studio will be expanding past regular pathways. It will be focusing on math, science, social studies, and ELA. But within these spaces is what truly makes the Creator Studio a resource for all. For students, that is a place for project completion, enrichment workshops, and student exhibitions and showcases such as K-Paces, which was awesome. And for teachers and staff, that is a place, a site to engage in media integration trainings and content-specific curriculum design sessions to broaden the knowledge that they share with students across the district. Looking ahead, the Creator Studio will offer many opportunities to the public, including certifications, internships, partnerships, and grants to ultimately reach the goal of a district-wide equitable access which aligns with the strategies of CCPS. And as you can see, the student interns today, we are here to present to you a very special portion of the Creator Studio. That is a student-led enterprise operating within this hub, the Clayton County Creative Agency.
On the screen is the welcoming signage for the entrance, which features bright colors, and our principle, powered by students and built for impact, which resembles the brand in its professionalism and youthfulness, as well as accountability. And as an in-house full-service marketing firm, it serves to bridge the gap between academic learning and real-world experience, to serve not just the district, but the community as a whole with fully functioning professional marketing services, and to build and foster an environment where student interns can be creative, collaborative, and ultimately prepare for a career in such a competitive workforce. At this time, I would like for us to meet the talents, the inaugural intern cohort. So, when I call your name, please stand and be recognized. Amaya Jackson, Williams Mill High School. Ethan Jones, Stillwell School of the Arts. Isabel Donaldson, Stillwell School of the Arts. Neil Clark, Stillwell School of the Arts. Jayla Bryant, Jonesboro High School. Jasmine Beal, Jonesboro High School. Jordan Milner, Lovejoy High School. Zavita Hall, Lovejoy High School. Julie Lee, Elite Scholars Academy. Myself, Camila Hernandez, Elite Scholars Academy. Tony Lola, Olavasunde, Elite Scholars Academy. Samaria Rosser, CC Virtual Learning Program. And Tamira Green, Morrow High School. These are some of the most hardworking people that I've ever worked with, so it's an honor to work with them on such a special project. And of course, alongside our mentor, Ms. Scott, Dr. Wiley, and several departments within CCPS, we've been able to develop this project to what it is. So I'll pass it on to Zavita so she can talk more about the structure and the management of the marketing firm. Thank you so much, Camilla, for passing me the mic. And I would just like to talk about first why the Clayton County Creative Agency is important for our district. Marketing and communication are evolving really quickly, especially with digital media, analytics, and AI becoming a bigger part of how organizations operate. Students who are interested in creative business careers, such as myself, benefit from getting real experience early while they're still learning in school. This agency gives students a chance to apply classroom skills in a professional setting, while supporting district initiatives and helping strengthen communication skills across the community. A big part of this project was making sure we were prepared before launch. Over the summer, us lovely interns spent time researching industry agency models, learning how professional teams work, and collaborating with the architects, Perkins and Wilco, and construction team to help shape the environment. That preparation helped us think carefully about workflow, collaboration, and how the space would function on a day-to-day basis so students could walk into something structured and ready, not rushed and messy. Leadership and accountability are also built into the agency model. The agency is managed by a full-time agency manager who oversees projects, supports interns, and helps maintain professional standards. Students work within clear expectations around communication, deadlines, and collaboration while still receiving mentorship and guidance. The agency is going to be organized into 5 teams: operations, client services, strategy, creative, and analytics. The interns will rotate through these teams so they can understand how projects move from planning to execution smoothly. Rotations help students build a wide range of skills and understand how each part of the agency connects to others. So let's say, for example, someone works in analytics and then they switch 2 months later to creative, and they're like, oh man, I don't really like doing data sheets, but I really do like helping make advertisements and working with clients. They're like, okay, this is something I know I want to do in the future. We currently have around 10 to 15 paid interns, which adds an extra level of responsibility and professionalism to the experience because they're going to want to get paid to do their job right. Collaboration plays a major role in how the agency works. Each team contributes something different, and projects move forward when everyone communicates and works together effectively because, as we all know, there's no I in team. Through that process, students are developing leadership, communication, and problem-solving skills that they can carry into college and future careers. Overall, the structure and leadership behind the agency create a strong foundation for daily operations. With clear roles, mentorship, and collaboration in place, students are able to gain meaningful professional experience while supporting district goals. And next, we'll move into how that structure translates into the agency's workflow and operations, and I'll hand it off to Julie.
All right, thank you so much, Shavita. So now I'm going to talk to you about some marketing terminologies. I had to sat over summer, a couple of hours, to our HubSpot certification. I had to sit there and listen to expert, talk about expert stuff as a student. So I'm going to try to convey this the best of my abilities. All right, let's do it. So, when pursuing to our client workflow, we will follow 5 stages. 1, we have onboarding. We have discovery, strategy, execution, and reporting. Now, our agency isn't just child's play. No, absolutely not. We are here to reflect the procedures and practices of professional marketing agencies, and to ensure that there is consistency from onboarding and intake all the way to final evaluations. And during onboarding and discovery, what we are talking about is we will identify client goals and target audience. And then, on strategy, we focus on research-based planning and creative direction. In execution, you will be able to see students produce deliverables and the final produce that will be published, where students are under direct mentorship. And then finally, in reporting, it closes the whole loop through measurable data and reflection. Now, this workflow does 2 things simultaneously. It delivers quality outcomes to clients, and it trains students for project management, collaborations, and professional accountabilities. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was growing up in elementary, these sounds like some businessman words that I never knew I was able to learn today. But through this project, we are making it happen. Now, it ensures that students are not just simply participating, because I hate participation of words. It ensures that they will operate with real-world framework. Everyone can take home something they learned and an achievement that they have made, and it's also going to be on their resume. So, you know. Right. Now, let's talk about return on investment. What do we get in return? I know, I'm very short, I'm talking to you with adults' terms, but we're going to talk about return on investment. We're looking at impact on 3 levels. First, students gain professional experience. This is through their portfolios, leadership growth, and exposure to industry standards. And secondly, the district receives high-quality, cost-effective marketing. Can you name another county that gets marketing operated by you? I don't think so. And third, community partners will gain access to structured creative services. The ROI here is tangible. You can see it, and it is scalable. It strengthens communications within the district while equipping Clayton County students with workforce-ready skills. In addition, we will measure our successes through key performance indicators. Another big word. Now, we will track client satisfaction, project timelines, skill development, and campaign results. By using measurable data, such as engagement rates, completion timeline, and feedback surveys, so you won't be just listening to us and our talking about great words. You will be seeing the numbers that shows it. Most, we ensure that this continuous improvement, such as Dr. Hendricks said, continuous learning, these KPIs will help demonstrate accountability, growth, and real impact of student-driven work in the district and community. Now, the real question here, as everyone probably wondering, is why should you believe that we will succeed? This is because our success is grounded in preparation, structure, and purpose. I promise you, we do not show up in sweatpants and a bonnet. We show up in our work attire, and we're ready to work. We are all here, dressed like you all, preparing ourselves to perform at the rates that you all are performing, because we know that we represent the district and we represent your work. And we've been trained, and we've been guided, and we've been empowered, given a lot of feedback to perform at a professional level. So I promise you, I'm talking to you here today as a person who has benefited a lot from this whole organization. And most importantly, we will succeed, because as you see here, Camilla, Zavita, Jordan, and all of our interns are ready and equipped. I will tell you, we stay up late till 3 a.m., and I promise you, if I ask Camilla for something for help for my project, she will be there. And I promise you, when I check my emails, Zavita will send me something that I never knew I needed, but now I'm so grateful to have it. And I promise you, Jordan will be there because he has been nominated the most wanted intern, because everyone wants to work with him regardless of age range. Now, we're building a living legacy. And it is proof that student creativity is not just valuable, it is powerful. You are investing in our future. All of your hard work and efforts are being shown through us. We are talking for your hard work. Now, people don't have to say, Dr. Hendricks, how are you helping to change your community? They don't need to ask you that, because they will see it in each of us. And at this time, we would like to ask respectfully on two things, just two tiny things. First, we would like to request for the approval of the name of Clayton County Creative Agency. Now, I don't know about you, but it has a nice ring to it. It has alliteration, that's a good sign. Established, but on a professional note, establishing an official name gives this initiative clarity and legitimacy. It shows them that you believe in us. And it signals to our students and to our community that this work is recognized and valued at the district level. And secondly, we request for the formal recognition of the dedicated space as the Creator Studio. Naming this space affirms the purpose as more than just a classroom. We learn, but we learn on how to work. It becomes a professional environment where creativity, accountability, and collaborations are cultivated intentionally. Now, your support in these two areas are not simply authorizing just a name or a title, no. Just as we mentioned, the title reflects the responsibility. It will formally anchor a structure that empowers Clayton County students to continuously provide meaningful support to their district, to give back, while developing their own real-world skills. We are grateful for your leadership and your partnership in helping us shape something that has been bubbling in our own dreams. All of your hard works, fundings, Dr. Wiley's and Ms. Scott, you all are adults that's showing us that us children have the support. You all are the bottom of the house cards helping us build something that's taller and bigger than ourselves. Because this creative agency, this marketing agency, isn't just a building. You're allowing students to learn things that will grow beyond themselves. You're allowing them and equipping them with the knowledge and the skill and the confidence to take their dreams and make it into life and make everything bigger than themselves. And when they have children, I would like my kids to go to Clayton County. And that is all. Thank you.
I got to start the discussion off. And I start the discussion off by saying, oh my God, oh my God. Children, I left my home at 4 o'clock today, and as I was driving to come to the board meeting, I had a bad attitude. All my board members will tell you I barely wanted to speak to them when I came here. A lot of that happens because I lose my purpose. I forget what I'm here for. And my God, you guys have just showed me why I'm here. And the feeling that's inside of me now, every one of my board members could come and hug me and I'll talk to them for an hour. I want to say this, and I'm being as sincere as I can. I went to Baruch College in New York City, which is second to NYU. I went to Clayton State for my MBA. I have not seen one of the students in my programs do a presentation that great. You sold it. I dare anyone, I shouldn't say this, but I dare any one of my board members to not approve that name that you guys are proposing. You guys are great. You guys are great. You guys are magnificent. Dr. Young, when I first became the chair, the thing I said to you was, I want more interns, and I said when presentations come up, I want children doing the presentations. Dr. Wiley, Dr. Pitt, you guys have come through, and this is why we do it. We do not, you scared half of these people to death because they feel like you're coming to get their jobs. Keep up the good work. Ms. Gorey?
All right, I guess I'm gonna have to be the Grinch. Come, Julie, can you come back to the microphone? You know you're my friend. I have no problem with your name, but I do have a problem with one thing. I'm gonna call some names, and I want you all to tell me if you can tell me what's missing. Mundy's Middle School, Stillwell School of the Arts, Jonesboro, Lovejoy, Elite Scholars, the Virtual School in Morrow. Can you all tell me what's missing?
Forest Park and Jarvis True.
Forest
Park and Jarvis True.
Okay, Forest Park is one. What else?
North Clayton.
North Clayton.
Charles Drew.
Charles Drew.
And Riverdale.
Riverdale. Utopian. There are 5 schools that are missing. Actually, it might be more than that because I'm counting 7. Now, no, let me, I want her. I don't want you. This is what I want to ask the students. I agree with everything that you said, but because I do represent other students, I'm missing those schools. And I see somebody else standing up in the back, but this is the question that I want to ask is, who is that?
Ms. Phillips from Clayton High School.
Do we have a student here?
We do not, and I just asked how we can be a part of this journey.
Right, and you know what? I support everything that you said, and I know Dr. Wiley has said something to me about some people that didn't apply, but I need to know how the other high schools can have a role in this. I might be the only one. I feel like that we need to do something because I believe in including everybody. This is one of the best ideas that I've ever seen, and I really don't think the children, I'm asking you all, do you all have a problem with representation from all the other high schools?
No.
I can't hear you.
They said no.
Okay, so yeah, I think if a good business people should include someone from the other high schools. And other than that, I am very happy with your product. I'm happy with everything that you have. Because I mentioned to you that oftentimes, I know that some people, maybe they don't look at their email, and, we do the same thing every year with scholarships. I have a few schools. Oh, I forgot the other school is the Perry Learning Center.
Yes, you're right.
And so when I don't hear anything from them. What I do is I pick up the telephone and I call and start, kind of having a word or two with the principals because somebody's not looking. And I just think it's a beautiful thing. I mean, that's my girl, though, Julie. That's my friend. We go way back, don't we, Julie? So that's my girl right there. She sold me. All you had to do was open up your mouth, Julie, and say a few things. And it's a yes for me. But I need everybody.
Yes, ma'am. Dr. Marie and members of the board, we are going to go back and meet with our interns and develop a marketing plan for our additional interns because that's going to be their role. And if we do, Dr. Marie and members of the board and the community, if we need to go to the schools, then we will. You brought it to our attention and we're going to act on it because we do believe in representation from all of our high schools. So yes, we are going to develop a plan. That is their role, and we're going to ensure that all of our high schools are represented in some way, shape, or form.
But no, I don't mean
interns.
I don't mean next year.
No, ma'am, no, ma'am, we're gonna work on that as soon as possible.
Because otherwise, I'm gonna be coming over to, what's the name of this place?
Creator Studio.
Yeah, I'm gonna come over there. Who's gonna be the president? Who's over everything here at this place?
Don't look at me, I'm not the president. They haven't decided yet, we're still developing
I know
the.
Julie, so I'm gonna just come over and have a few words with her.
Yes, but we are going to work on representation, Dr. Goree, so we can include others in the development of the center.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Tellis Cooper, and then I got Ms. Bowles, then I got Ms. Williams.
Good afternoon. First of all, I want to tell you how proud I am of your presentation. And also, you just received a real live situation where you have a person that saw an issue that they felt needed to be changed. And that's a part of life. But I just want you to know how proud I am of each and every one of you. The presentation was absolutely phenomenal. I think that y'all are doing great things. I think that you will do great things. I just wanted to let you know I'm proud. You did a great job of the presentation. And I'm just looking forward to hearing y'all come back and give us an update on what's going on.
Ms. Bowles. Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry, Julie.
I would like to say thank you so much, Ms. Cooper and Dr. I can't see your name. For Ms. Goree, that is a concern that I also see. As you know, we and I go way back in terms of Walking Authority Teen Council. And DYTC, as first vice president, I've always wondered how can we get more diversity? Because we represent the whole Metro Atlanta. And I've always find a way to recruit more members from all over Metro Atlanta. So for me, I hear you, and I promise you, as I've said, we are working with you for making things happen. So rest assured, you will definitely see people from all over the Clayton County Public Schools representing to you and saying, Ms. Goree, I know you. And I'm so thankful for you to coming to our Black History Month panel tomorrow. Dr. Adams want to say hello. So.
Julie, do you want my job?
Yeah, I was actually going to just double down on what Ms. Tellis Cooper was saying. I just want you all to know that you did a phenomenal job tonight, and I don't want any of us to ever think, this should be our expectation. This should be baseline, the floor, not the ceiling. I'm congratulating you on a job well done, but I expect all of our scholars to be well-spoken, articulate, and using words that some might call professional. And this is not anything that they have done except for being loved on and poured into. And every scholar is capable of that here in Clayton County Public Schools. And then when our scholars grow up and come back to serve in whatever ways, we have to remember where and how they started and what's possible when we hand them the microphone. And I'm so proud of you. This was very well done. And this is happening in all of our schools all across the county every day. So keep it up, and thank you for platforming yourselves on behalf of all 50,000 tonight. Well done.
I want to say well done. I want to know, first of all, is it open to all grade levels, or is it a specific grade level that this is open to for interns? That's one question. Also, the second question, what are the expectations as of the job, per se, for the students when they apply? Just some tidbits, you don't have to get into depth. I just want to know that based on what I'm listening to, based on what I've seen here as of the tangibles here, I just want to know those things there.
Yes, you have to be at least 15 years old, I believe, to intern. So it's high school, okay? But that's just the marketing agency. The other spaces will be for pre-K to 12th grade. They're able to use that space as well. It'll be teacher-driven, but they will be able to use the space as well. As far as our interns, how do we hire? They went through a rigorous interview process, okay? They applied through the CTAE department. They chose the school choice department as a department that they wanted to work for. And then they went through the interview process with Kimberly Scott. And she's in marketing, so she led those interviews. And we were looking for those who had a passion in marketing, those who had the creative style as well, because you know, marketing, you need all aspects of marketing. You just don't need those that's going to look at the analytics or those that's going to push things out social media. We needed all aspects of it. So when our babies graduate and we look for additional interns, we'll use that same model. However, we'll make sure that we are marketing and recruiting all students.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
I was,
Okay, Ms.
thank y'all for your presentation. I have a question for the students. On here, it says the students, the place will be used for field trips or for project completions. What kind of completions are that, and what kind of workshops will you be having on Saturdays?
I can answer that because it's not the marketing agency. The students, what we're looking for, and then I just met with elementary, so we can use the elementary as an example. We're going to create a space in there for literacy so that the teachers can come in and use that as a hub to have students come in and be creative with literacy. They'll be able to read the books, they'll be able to write stories, they'll be able to film those stories, create any type of illustrations. They'll be able to put it on a track, if you will, you know, for the old folks we say tracks, put it on a track or a CD, or they will be able to use that facility for literacy. And also that space will be able to use for when our elementary ELA department, they have their parent sessions on Saturdays. They'll be able to have that space as their parent sessions. But we're also looking for SAT prep, dual enrollment, but for the field trips, if the teachers are creating something in mathematics and they want to create a rap or they want to make it real world and, you know, just make a nice presentation or a video, they'll be able to come and use the space because not all of our schools have access to industry equipment. So this is a hub where we do have the industry equipment and they can come and learn on that equipment.
And they have to book it like a field trip for a lot of schools who want to use it?
Yes, they will have a sign up like they do any other field trip. They can come, use the facility, go back to school before 1 o'clock for the buses. Is that what you were asking?
Ms. Cooper?
Dr. Wally, I sent you an email earlier.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you go ahead and
Yes,
address? Okay. So you want me to tell everybody? Or
Absolutely.
Okay. So basically, I sent an email just asking about the dual enrollment piece on in the Creative Center, and basically how many students could it hold comfortably. I know our students go to colleges, but with this, it was set up. It's going to be set up in another way of being able to station there. Also asked, were there going to be any other locations where this will be happening? And will this facility, this space be used by any other schools other than Clay County Public Schools?
Okay, well, the very last question, it will not be set up to be used by any other school system. Our priority will be our students. Okay, that was an easy question. This space is not going to replace any dual enrollment programs at the high schools. The students will still have the option to go to the colleges or universities. This is just going to be an additional satellite location. For example, Morrill High School has Middle Georgia State University coming to their building to teach flight courses that would normally be taught on their campus, but because they're so far away, Middle Georgia State sends their professors to Morrill High School. And Riverdale High School, I'm not sure if they still have it, but DeVry University used to have courses right there on that campus. So we are in conversations with Atlanta Technical College to try to bring some of that programming in the facility as well. It's still up in the air because we're still trying to iron it out because it's going to be based on student interest and what the universities or colleges can offer our students. The monitoring piece will be strictly at the university level, how they monitor dual enrollment right now.
And how many students did you say?
It depends on the capacity of the classes. So I can't necessarily tell you how many students. It's going to be just like if my son was still in school and he wanted to take dual enrollment, he needed to be the first person to register for the class. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question. So the space that you're talking about, is this the whole career center that you're naming? Or is this just a part of it?
The space is the entire second floor. Clayton County Public Schools has the second floor, that's what we call it, the second floor. Junior Achievement has the first floor, the bottom floor. And then the arena is everything else. So in that space, just so you know, when you walk in, I'll try to describe it for you.
I know where it is.
Okay.
What I'm asking, is that whole space, is that what you're trying to rename this whole
Yes,
space?
ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
the whole space is going to be?
The Creator Studio, and one room will be the marketing agency.
Okay.
Did that help?
Because I thought that, I guess we didn't understand what we were built. We thought that was CTAE is what we thought it was going to be. So apparently, I think we need further information than about what's there. I like what their presentation, but I think we still need to understand what's going to be in the building. Because they don't sound like they're going to be there all the time. And I guess we want to know what's going to, if something, or if anything will be there at a certain time, because that's a large space. That's a large space.
Yes, it is a very large space, and what we're looking to do is to ensure that our students are able to come over on a consistent basis. We will train our teachers first and foremost to be able to use the curriculum, to be able to use the equipment, and then we will also train our teachers on integration, how to use the equipment, what courses or what content can be easily used, but we want students in that facility almost every single day.
So the diagrams that you showed us with the lab space, can you go back to that?
Yes, sir.
Right here.
That one?
I think that's right there.
Yes.
That's only one piece of the section.
That's the whole
Right?
section.
Is that the whole section?
Yes, that's what we have. That's the whole section, right? Yes.
Well, where's the production area? Where's that?
Which one, the broadcast?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you walk in the building, you'll have a flex on your left-hand side.
The big space.
Yeah, that big space is open. And then if you keep going down that hallway, then you have that marketing space. This is kind of weird, don't look at this, okay?
You turn to your right.
You turn to your, when you walk in, you keep straight, you're gonna turn to your left, okay? You go down that hallway. Yeah, not your right.
When you go down the hallway,
Yes,
you're gonna turn to the
hold on. When you go down the hallway, I'm with you. When you go down the hallway, you have your flex,
big flex space.
marketing space, and then you go down and make a right. When you make that right, you'll walk into the broadcast video, and you have those small, if you've been in there, you have those small little rooms. That's the film editing space and the photography editing space. But that larger space is the broadcast room. But if you keep walking around, that's when you run into the music studio and control room. Exit out of that room, coming back up the hallway like you're about to go out of the building. Then you will have another flex space and then another classroom.
There's some offices right there.
Yes, there's some offices in the front.
How many children are going to be in this particular building at any given moment?
It's going to be rotating. We can't give you that right now, Mr. Christmas, but when we get further down in the planning, we will more than definitely give you some numbers. Okay?
Ms.
As
Hill,
many as we can.
Ms. Hill, and then Ms. Baker will close us out.
I just wanted to ask, first of all, I want to say thank you for the amazing presentation, very impressive. I want to know, how do we have interns for other departments throughout our district? Maybe not just this, what if our students are interested in doing internships? How does that work, and what would that department need to do to be a part of it?
The department would need to contact Dr. Pamela Pitts because her department handles the CTAE internships, if you will, because we try our best to align it to a pathway. And then if we can't align it to a pathway, then she knows how to handle students that may not be in the pathway. But all departments have an opportunity to have interns. It just depends on the work. And because we wanted to make it an authentic experience for the students. For example, this past summer, I do know some interns worked with technology, some even worked with maintenance, and then some worked in the communications department. So departments are coming on board with assisting and hiring our students as interns.
And is this different from work-based learning?
They get work-based learning credit.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Baker, can you close us out?
I just want to say how proud I am of all of you. I really wish we had this a lot earlier. That's all I can say. I wish we had it when I was in school. Maybe I would have paid a little more attention. But I am so proud of you to be the first, and I just can't wait to see how you grow this program. Again, I'm just proud. I can't say it any better than that. I am just so proud of each and every one of you.
Thank you, Dr. Wiley.
Thank you. And Dr. Young wanted me to quickly say that we want more interns, so any support would be great.
Thank you so much. As we expand our pathways, which is one of our goals, we will definitely be expanding the number of interns because that will increase the number of opportunities. As Dr. Wiley said, we try to align our interns with our pathways, so we're going to continue that work. I am so proud of you all. Thank you so much. And so for our next presentation, we have Dr. Charmin Johnson, the Reverend Shanice Radcliffe, and Deacon Dr. April Crawford, who will come up and talk to us about the Early Learning Center and the K-1 Early Literacy Initiative. These things are extremely important. We talked about some of the opportunities for high school. Now we're talking about how we take care of the genesis of learning that happens in the early grades. So, Dr. Johnson.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Hendricks. Good evening, Mr. Chair, Madam Vice Chair, board members, Superintendent Hendricks, and the community. This evening, I'm going to provide an overview of Clayton County Public Schools' Early Literacy Initiative. In Clayton County, we are implementing a comprehensive...
Hold up 1 second.
Oh, wait, okay.
I want to make sure that as we are discussing our students and turn our focus to our students, that we are all ready to hear this information, because what we're talking about right here is the genesis of learning. This is the beginning step, and so I want to make sure that everybody's ready for it. Just a little transition time.
I just had to go hug my little girl there.
I know you did.
I'm so proud of her.
I know you did. Yes, ma'am.
And I can't wait for this presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
Since that was a school that Jessie thought was changing her name.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, let's go forward.
Okay. In Clayton County Public Schools, we are implementing a comprehensive early literacy initiative designed to strengthen the foundational reading outcomes across all elementary schools. Our goal is to ensure that every student builds the literacy skills necessary for long-term academic success. The kindergarten through first grade early literacy initiative includes 3 key components. First, we are implementing Orton-Dillingham, which is an approach to teaching foundational reading skills through structured, explicit, and multi-sensory instruction. Second, we are incorporating executive functioning practices that help students develop skills such as attention, memory, and self-regulation, which are essential for learning to read. And third, we are partnering with the Robbins Center for Language and Literacy to strengthen oral language development and instructional high-leverage strategies, which are also grounded in science and math. This work is critical because currently we have 46% of our Clayton County students in grades 3 through 12 who are reading on or above grade level. This data underscores underscores the urgency of ensuring strong literacy instruction in the earliest grades, which will help in building a strong foundation so that all of our students can experience success. As mentioned earlier, our district's early literacy framework is grounded in the science of reading and structured literacy practices. Our reading instruction focuses on 5 essential components of reading. Excuse me. The first is phonemic awareness, which helps students hear, identify, and manipulate sounds in spoken words. Second, we have phonics, where students learn the relationship between letters and sounds in order to read and spell words. Third is fluency, which allows students to read with accuracy and appropriate speed, which is automaticity, and expression. And then fourth is vocabulary, which expands students' understanding and use of words in both reading and conversation. And finally, we have comprehension, where students learn to understand, interpret, and think critically. Together, these components create a strong foundation that supports students in becoming competent and capable readers. And this year, we have created a coherent structure for teaching reading in all K-1 classrooms. First, all classrooms implement MZ Orton-Gillingham daily, which is explicit, systematic, and multi-sensory instruction in foundational reading skills. The district has increased the number of minutes that we teach those foundational skills, and we have 45 minutes of foundational reading skills in our kindergarten and first grade classrooms. Third, we use a tiered support model to ensure that all students receive instruction based on their individual needs. This includes support such as the Early Intervention Program, which serves students in kindergarten through 5th grade. So if we have students by the end of 1st grade who are not reading on grade level, then they have an opportunity to be a part of our Early Intervention Program. With the emphasis we have on early literacy, the goal is to reduce the number of students who need the support in our Early Intervention Program. This unified approach ensures instructional consistency and equitable access to high-quality literacy instruction for students across all elementary schools. We also have established a strategic partnership with the Rollins Center for Language and Literacy to strengthen early literacy instruction across the district. Through this partnership, our schools receive several layers of support. And this partnership began with the level setting of all of our principals, and we had an opportunity to share with them the why and the what to this partnership. After that, we have 5 cycles of, which is a cyclical process of support. And it begins with our coaches and assistant principals. They are trained, they receive training through the Rollins Center. Then the information that is shared is taken back to the schools. They in turn train the teachers. The teachers implement the strategies that are shared or that they learn through the Rollins Center. And once they're implemented, the Rollins Center comes back and they provide feedback, they observe, and then they provide feedback. So it's a cyclical process, and there are a total of 5 cycles, and we're in cycle 4 right now. Okay? Yes. And it began in September. As we look ahead, the district will continue to partner with the Rollins team to strengthen the implementation of structured literacy practices in kindergarten and 1st grade. And this coming school year, we're going to add 2nd grade. Our goal is not only to start strong in the early grades, but also to ensure that students continue building the skills necessary to become confident and proficient readers. There are several key priorities guiding this next phase of work, which again will begin next year. We are going to deepen instructional consistency across all schools to ensure that every student receives high-quality literacy instruction regardless of where they attend school. So all of our schools will be covered. Second, we will strengthen teacher and leader capacity through ongoing professional learning, ensuring educators are equipped with the knowledge and tools needed to support student success. Third, we're going to closely monitor students' progress and the fidelity of implementation, allowing the district to make data-informed decisions and provide targeted support where needed. And finally, we're going to integrate intentional vocabulary strategies across second and third grade to strengthen students' vocabulary knowledge, language development, and overall reading comprehension. And together, these efforts will help sustain our momentum and expand the impact of our literacy work across the district. Now, Dr. Crawford will explain how executive functioning will be implemented in all, or is being implemented in all of our K-1 classrooms, which is the third pillar of our K-1 initiative.
Good evening, everyone. I'm excited to talk to you today about executive functioning. Executive functioning refers to the cognitive skills that enable students to focus, regulate behavior, retain information, and persist through academic tasks. These skills are foundational, not supplemental, and directly influence students' abilities to learn to read, follow directions, and engage in instruction. By embedding executive function in our K-1 literacy model, Clayton County Schools is proactively removing barriers to learning and instead of reacting after gaps appear. Here you see some themes and benefits of skills that are used with our executive function. This is what our counselors and our teachers use, some of the samples of what they use. Executive function supports the various skills required for early literacy success, including attention, control, working memory, and task initiation. When students can focus, manage their emotions, and persist through challenges, they are better able to develop reading, writing, and problem-solving skills. This work complements our Science of Reading initiative and strengthens the overall literacy foundation for our youngest learners. Actually, executive functioning is one of the strongest indicators of school readiness for students. Executive function is intentionally embedded into our school day. We use a dual model of support. We use our counselors who go and have deep learning around executive function, providing targeted and specialized support with the lessons. They do 45-minute sessions with our students once a week. That's our kindergarten classrooms and our first grade classrooms. And then you have our teachers who reinforce executive function through many skills multiple times each week within daily instruction. This ensures executive function becomes a habit, not isolated lesson, but part of how students learn every day. Right now, we are starting to see early indicators. But before we go into that, we want to have a little data from our first semester. Our first semester was really focused on making sure that we are implementing with fidelity. Right now, our current implementation data shows progress with our execution. We have an 85 implementation rate through our counselor-led executive function instruction. We also have a 77% implementation through our teacher-embedded executive function mini skills. Now, it is not quite 100%, but we are striving and doing well in making progress. This reflects rapid adoption and alignment across our schools, and we're excited about our progress, but we will continue to grow in that area. Our early indicators show positive impact on student readiness and engagement. Several schools are observing improvement in student attention and focus, behavioral regulation and classroom management, academic readiness and task completion, and working memory needed for reading and math development. Honestly, I wish someone had taught me these skills much sooner in my academic career. These early indicators confirm that executive functioning strengthens both academic and behavioral outcomes. This work builds the foundational habits students need to succeed academically, socially, and actually beyond school. By developing these schools early, Clayton County is strengthening students' independence, resilience, and long-term academic achievement. This aligns directly with our commitment to maximize impact, remove barriers, and unleash academic potential for our students. This same commitment to early readiness is reflected in the design of our Riverdale Early Learning Center, which you will now hear about from Dr. Radcliffe.
Can I ask a question before you go?
Yes. Well,
Okay, I heard all these things that are going to help children learn and function and skills. Several of us went to a conference earlier, which was parent to teacher as teachers, where they're teaching parents these same kind of skills to teach their children. Do we have a part of this that we're teaching our parents so that they can reinforce it when they get home?
yes, part of our part of our process is engaging through our parent liaisons. We will line the work and make sure that we're having sessions for our parents, making sure that we prepare them with the skills and provide them the skills and tools that they need to help them better prepare with the learning process for our students.
Well, I look like we have to put them on the chopping block, so.
That's not true.
And I'm going to say this because, you know, I was 20 years ago a preschool teacher. And one of the things that parents always said, I see you do this in class, how can I do this at home?
Absolutely.
So, I don't know how many of y'all got a handbook when you got your child. I didn't. It's a learning experience, and anything we can do to help parents, especially new parents, with these, because they weren't taught this, and it reinforces, and then the child knows what I do at home and what I do at school correlate. So I would love to see.
And I'd like to add, you know, with our parent engagement component of the work, every department, from our teaching and learning department to our ESL department to our special education department, we have a political component embedded in our work. And part of that is making sure that we provide and empower our parents with the skills and tools that they need to be partners in education, because we believe that our parents are our students' first teacher. And anything that we can do to increase that partnership is what we're going to continue to strive for and align and bring that coherence in that process.
So if I may add too, and thank you for that, Dr. Crawford, as we endeavor to level set ourselves, we will be level setting our community. And we want everybody to know there's multiple ways for us to get information out. There's in-person trainings, there's on-demand trainings, there's so many ideas that we have. There's no one avenue by which we can reach our parents. We owe it to them to try every method possible. We just ask that as we level set them, they continue to engage and they continue to take the information that we're sharing. This is all research-based and it works. And nobody's on the chopping block.
We'll see.
Well, good afternoon. I'm excited to transition into an update for the Riverdale Early Learning Center, a transformational investment in Clayton County's youngest scholars. Thank you once again to the board for your appointments of our principal, Ms. Anika Bryant, our assistant principal, Ms. Sharon McIntyre. And in turn, they have already hired their first hire, which is their counselor, Ms. Garrison Brown, who is positioned and ready to receive our students. Thank you. What you see here is more than a facility. It represents a system shift. This center position Clayton County Public Schools as a leader in early childhood innovation by creating a purpose-built learning environment designed around how children develop, explore, and learn. This center represents our commitment to ensuring children enter elementary school competent, curious, and ready to learn. Not just academically, but socially, emotionally, and developmentally. It also reflects a deeper belief that families are partners, educators are learners, and schools can serve as community anchors that remove barriers and create opportunity. Through intentional literacy instruction, executive functioning development, wraparound services, and strong partnerships, Riverdale is not just a new school, it is a new model. A model that strengthens readiness, builds educator capacity, supports families, and ultimately improves the outcomes we all care about across this district. Our mission is to revolutionize early learning through a pre-K-3 through first grade research-based demonstration school that ensures students become proficient readers, writers, problem solvers, and thinkers. Equally important, this initiative is not just about the students. It's about building educator capacity, empowering parents as first teachers, and strengthening community partnerships that sustain early literacy outcomes. The vision is clear, a transformational model where every child develops strong foundations in literacy, numeracy, critical thinking, and citizenship to support long-term academic success. The Riverdale Early Learning Center will operate as an I Create magnet model intentionally designed to provide specialized early learning experiences. The magnet structure allows us to pilot innovation, ensure equitable access, manage demand, and serve as a research-based demonstration school that will inform future early learning expansion across Clayton County. Instructionally, the I Create model is grounded in 3 pillars: numeracy, through hands-on exploration, manipulative, spatial reasoning, and problem-solving experiences; literacy, through phonics, vocabulary development, storytelling, and intentional oral language integration across the instructional day; and critical thinking, through inquiry-based learnings. The center promotes curiosity, experimentation, and problem solving. A key component in this work is the expansion of our partnership with the Rollins Center. This partnership moves beyond student impact to educator capacity building, strengthening teacher development through coaching, modeling, and professional learning aligned to the science of reading. As a result, the Riverdale Early Learning Center functions not only as a school, but as an instructional ecosystem that strengthens the district's early learning core. From a curriculum perspective, structured literacy practices grounded in Orton-Gilliam are embedded across the instructional framework, including developmentally appropriate pre-K OG approaches that strengthens phonological awareness, oral language, and foundational decoding before students enter kindergarten. The physical design of the center further supports the instructional innovation. The structure is intentionally organized around the Georgia regions, allowing scholars to develop a strong sense of place and cultural awareness, while engaging in interdisciplinary learning experiences tied to Ridge and Valley, Blue Ridge, Piedmont, and Coastal Plains environments. Additional resources were selected to prioritize hands-on experiential learning that stimulates creativity and innovation. Technology integration at Riverdale is designed to position scholars as creators rather than consumers, ensuring tools support design thinking, exploration, and problem solving. A signature feature supporting this vision is the Power Up Immersion Room. This immersive learning environment supports scholars directly into story settings and inquiry experiencing, strengthening engagement, vocabulary development, conceptual understanding. Ultimately, this approach strengthens imagination and engages scholars to envision endless possibilities as they create and connect classroom learning to authentic experiences. The I Create magnet model reflects our commitment to innovation, educator development, experiential learning, and early literacy acceleration, positioning Riverdale as both a high-quality learning environment and a district demonstration model. Our expansion plan reflects a deliberate phased enrollment approach designed to ensure quality implementation, strong student supports, and sustainability growth as the Riverdale Early Learning Center is established as a demonstration model. For the 26-27 school year, the center will serve scholars across 3 grade levels. Pre-K 3 will have 5 classes, Pre-K 4 will have 6 classes, and kindergarten will have 6 classes. During the current magnet cycle, we have received 391 applications, reflecting strong community demand and reinforcing the need for expanded early learning access in Clayton County. In the 27-28 school year, on year 2, we will expand to first grade, which will encompass 6 classes. This phase model ensures we maintain student-to-teacher ratios, protect instructional fidelity, align staffing with enrollment growth, and preserve the integrity of the demonstration model. In addition to serving pre-K through first grade scholars, the center will incorporate a CTAE observation component for high school scholars interested in early childhood education and related career pathways. This creates a dual impact, supporting early learners at the foundational level and building a sustainable internal educator pipeline. High school scholars will engage in structured observations and experiential learning opportunities aligned to early childhood pathways, literacy development, and instructional pathways. Through this layered approach, Riverdale functions not only as a student learning environment, but as a professional learning and workforce development hub that supports both current educators and the next generation of teachers, leveraging partners with local universities to strengthen teacher development and professional learning. The facility itself was intentionally designed as a safe and nurturing environment where scholars can explore, create, and develop foundational skills across multiple domains of learning. Scholars will engage in music, visual arts, and movement-based learning experiences that enhance language development, executive functioning, and social emotional growth, while outdoor learning environments will provide opportunities for inquiry and environmental exploration. These spaces will be staffed by educators and specialists who will provide intentional instruction and enrichment experiences aligned to early childhood developmental needs. Equally important, the Riverdale Early Learning Center is designed to be family-centered. Families will be afforded opportunities to participate in workshops and learning sessions that strengthen home-to-school connections and empower parents with strategies to support literacy, numeracy, and developmental learning at home. Additionally, wraparound services integrated within the facility address the holistic needs of scholars and families, reinforcing the district's commitment to removing barriers to learning and supporting the whole child. Through this intentional integration, the Riverdale Early Learning Center supports early identification, targeted interventions, and family empowerment. The wraparound services embedded within the Riverdale Early Learning Center were intentionally designed to function as a comprehensive one-stop support hub for families and scholars. This model ensures families can access critical early childhood services with a single coordinated environment, reducing barriers to support and strengthening continuity between home, school, and service providers. The center includes a pre-K diagnostic center to support early screening and identification of developmental and learning needs, speech therapy and audiology services to strengthen communication development and hearing support. Occupational and physical therapy services that address motor development, sensory needs, and functional skill growth. And an on-site health clinic supporting preventative care and immediate student health needs. A dedicated family and community meeting spaces designed to facilitate collaboration between families, educators, and service providers. Flexible areas for community workshops and family engagement sessions. And also child tech. Ultimately, this wraparound infrastructure positions Riverdale not only as a school, but as a comprehensive early learning ecosystem that supports the whole child, the whole family, and the broader community.
Let's say something. I want to, don't sit down, Dr. Radcliffe. I want to thank you all for taking the idea that I had and moving it. Even though I couldn't get my name on the building, maybe I can stick a picture on the wall. I have the utmost respect for the people that have been selected as administrators, as I know Ms. Bryant, because I was her supervisor a long time ago at Point South Elementary School. And I'm going to call you Miss McIntyre. I'm ready to call you by your nickname. She is my sorority sister, and she has a background in early learning. Ms. Baker mentioned parents as teachers, and I know that Ms. McIntyre is familiar with that organization. So that is a great organization. I tried to get you all to come. It was in Puerto Rico. Would have been a great conference for you all to enjoy. But I just really want to thank you because all of these things, you know, I've been pushing for a long time. Dr. Lee, OG, all the good things that we're going to have over there at that Early Learning Center. And I'm really looking forward to it. I drive past it every day. You know, y'all about to get your little driveway. They're about to pour concrete, and I can't wait for it to open. And I know that it's going to be a great thing because the whole concept was because of the fact when United Way did their research, the northern end of the county had the very lowest literacy rate of anywhere. And I want to say something. When coming up with this idea, we were going to be, and we will, although some other people are doing this, but this would be the first early learning center that was, that a public school district did in the whole United States. I'm gonna pat myself on the back, even though I couldn't get my name on the building. But I just want to thank you all for the idea, and I am gonna ask the superintendent too if I could have a meeting with you all, because I, you know, just want to throw a few other, I think you all have covered everything, and I think it will, another area that is really going to help us with is parents who are, I hear all the time on their, moms and dads that have a problem with identifying their students early. Most of our parents don't know that legally we are bound to educate students with special needs, and that's what hurts us because a lot of parents don't know that, and then they wait so long, they come to school and kindergarten or whatever, and then here they, you know, lost years of learning. And so I'm just looking forward to it. And so whenever we can get a tour, Mr. Joseph, I'm ready to walk through the building because it's right around the corner from my house. Thank you.
Dr. Haney?
Yes, I just want to say thank you all for the presentation, very informative and great to see us headed in this direction. And I also wanted to say that the executive function coming back into our school district, I don't know if you guys were aware, but during the pandemic, there was a pilot that was done with executive function, and it showed great results. With North Clayton, 95 students, Rex Middle School, 53 students, Point South Middle, 53 students, Adams Middle School, 36 students, MD Roberts, 29 students, Forest Park Middle, 18 students, with 10% growth in self-awareness and self-efficiency skills and 15% growth in critical thinking. And at that time, 60% of our students indicated that their top priority goal was, I wanted to get better handling on my emotions. So I just want to say thank you for bringing that back and implementing it in a way that will definitely give our students the tools to be successful academically and emotionally. So thank you for that.
I'm excited. Thank you, Dr. Sharman and all others for this, because I really needed to hear this, and others. Like, I've been approached from APS about this center, and so I'm glad you all were able to give us a whole backdrop on this as well. My questions are really around the wraparound services. Are the wraparound services partnerships that we're going to be having in tandem with? Help me to understand the wraparound services and the early intervention programs. How does that work? Are they working in tandem? How does that work, and how does that benefit further? I just don't want it to just be something that we do one time, stop because of a budget, stop. I just need some consistency in that. So if you could just expound on that for me.
Okay, I'll be glad to. The services are services that we already have in our district through our various departments. And what we're doing, we're centralizing those services and making them a part of a whole wraparound support system in one location. The other services will continue as well. We do have a partnership that we will do with our school-based health centers like we do with our others, and that's through grants. So we have been able to sustain those once they've taken place. As you know, North Clayton, I think it was their 10th year anniversary. It was their 10th year anniversary. So we've been able to sustain our school-based health programs. So we're excited about our services and being able to start them earlier, and that's the purpose of putting them there as an extension and as a way that we're wrapping around completely, the way that we try to do the whole school model for our students.
So they're going to be there, this whole, you said you're centralizing all this, and they're going to be over at the new center.
We're centralizing those supports because we have other supports that continue out in our schools as well.
Okay.
So we're going to spread the wealth, but also have like a hub here at this particular school. For instance, our preschool diagnostic center, it's been existing, right? But it was in another location, so we're gonna move some of the services there where some of the other people will stay over there. But we will use those services, and many people will come there to receive their services in this one location.
All right. Also, never mind, Dr. Hendricks will give me all what I'm asking for so I can get a better breakdown of all this, because it just seems to be everything so, like you said, we're centralizing it because it appears everything's so scattered, and it seemed like everything was overlapping. Another thing is, Ms. Hill brought up something about the emotional part of it, and I know during the pandemic, this was it wasn't necessarily a hype, but it was something that was very beneficial to our district, and hopefully we can bring this back or bring some component, or even educate me on it. The social emotional learning part of it, I think that we need to look into that, if not, and if we are, just let me know if we are, and what capacity are we doing that, if any, in regards to that space. So that's just something to consider. I just thought that was very impactful. Unfortunately, we stopped it for whatever reason. It had been back in the day, but if we could just bring some of that back for our children, especially if that's the formative years of their education, I think that would be great.
And I just want to add with executive function, for instance, a lot of times we rely on programs. What we're excited about is that our team of skilled educators developed this. They're trained in this particular area, so they wrote this curriculum for them, and then our counselors have a hub in which they pull their resources, and it's the work that they do. Our work is embedded in executive functioning, and our social emotional learning skills is part of their components of counseling. So they're able to pull those things in. We're trying to really move away from, just having programs that we rely on, and use the skills of our people that have been trained in these areas and develop them so that we will be able to sustain them without relying on those funds. So we're going to look into that, and I hear what you're saying, so we will take heed to that and make sure that we're able to bridge those things.
Okay, and one more thing, and I'll yield it back to the chair. I also want to just thank you all. I told Dr. Sharman, I just keep saying Dr. Johnson, and Dr. Hendricks, I was very proud to see that when I was scrolling through the many emails to see CCPS at the Rollins, and I was just so impressed. I looked at Ebony, and I was like, that looked like Ebony, that looked like us. And when I saw her, then I saw familiar faces, and I was like, wow, we are really taking heed to this, what you were saying, accountability and leadership and training. I thought that was really good on our part to see that constant engagement, and for Dr. Sharman to give me some backdrop on that, to educate me on that, as of the relationships or partnerships that we're going to be forging with them for sustainability with our teachers, staff, and et cetera. So I just thought that was a good look. Continue to do that. I want to continue to see that. I just don't like things to get the hype and then it stop, hype and then it stop. I want to see some consistency, and I want to see some results from it. So thank you so much for that.
Ms. Williams?
My question is about the enrollment. Are we targeting a certain audience for the school, like only children that's in Riverdale or the whole county?
It is actually open to all students within Clayton County Public Schools. So although the center is in Riverdale, every child in Clayton County is afforded an opportunity to apply for the magnet.
But everybody that apply might not get in, so y'all doing like a lottery?
It's a lottery.
Thank you so much. I will say this, I want to say thank you to the entire board, because as you know, with us taking on 3-year-olds, we do not get FTE dollars back in this particular endeavor. But that does not make it not worthwhile. The earlier we can get the children and get them literate, the better off we'll be. And for those private institutions that are housing 3-year-olds, we're also working with their teachers so that we have an even broader reach. So, and as it relates to optics, we don't do optics anymore. What we do is the work. And so what you'll see as we go forward, because I agree with Dr. D, that too many times we miss making sure that we're making an impact. That's why our focus is on the progress, not even the outcome, but the process that leads to the outcome. That's how you get better. And so with that being said, this is our last presentation of the evening, and it's on junior achievement. And just so that you all know, there was a wonderful day in junior achievement today. This was the Go Live Day, and our first students from North Clayton Middle School were our first children to, yes ma'am, were our first children to experience our JA experience. And so we have Dr. Guiney as well as Ms. Shepherd here to talk to us about junior achievement and what that will look like going forward.
Thank you, Dr. Hendricks. Good evening, Mr. Board Chair, Madam Vice Chair, members of the board, Interim Superintendent Dr. Hendricks, and members of the community. It is an exciting day to provide an update about junior achievement because today was day one. It was our Go Live Day with 125 7th grade students from North Clayton Middle School who truly had an outstanding experience today. It took place at the brand new Junior Achievement Delta Discovery Center at the arena at South Lake. I will say our North Clayton Middle School students were truly engaged and represented the district with excellence. It was a powerful learning experience, and today was just the beginning because all of our schools, all of our middle schools will be participating 6th, 7th, and 8th grade this year. This presentation provides a brief overview of the 3 programs which are part of the Junior Achievement Experience. Each one includes classroom lessons with a culminating field trip experience to the Junior Achievement Delta Discovery Center. They are BizTown, which is the 6th grade experience, Finance Park, which is the 7th grade experience, and Dream Accelerator, which is the 8th grade pilot. And this is only the 2nd place in the country that has the Junior Achievement Dream Accelerator experience. The first one is in Denver, Colorado, so we're the first one other than them. So that is very, very exciting. And tomorrow will be our first day with students going through the Dream Accelerator experience. We will now take a closer look at what this experience means for students.
Good evening. What you're about to see is not a field trip. It's not an enrichment activity. It is a structured, intentional career readiness pipeline beginning in middle school. Through our partnership with Junior Achievement of Georgia, Clayton County Public School students are not just learning business and finance. They are experiencing it. Our goal is simple: exposure before decision making. To ensure our students are fully prepared for junior achievement simulations, they are first grounded in classroom instruction. The JA curriculum is aligned to the Georgia Standards of Excellence. So this work supports, enhances, supplements, not replaces core instruction. Before participating in the simulation, the students complete 21 structured lessons for BizTown, 6th grade, 20 for Finance Park, and for Dream Accelerator, they complete 2 assignments, pre-assignments, and 1 post-assignment after the simulation. By the time our students arrive to the Discovery Center, they are not walking in unfamiliar territory. They are walking in prepared. In the 6th grade, our students transition from learners to leaders. They serve as CEOs, bankers, retailers, safety officers inside a simulated town. They earn paychecks. They manage expenses. They pay taxes. They operate businesses. They understand how the economy works in their own community.
This year, we are piloting Dream Accelerator in 8th grade. And we are the second school district in the United States to offer this experience. To tell a little bit about Dream Accelerator, it is an immersive, high-tech career exploration simulation. Students engage in digital role play, industry scenarios, and real-world problem solving that connects classroom learning to future career pathways. What is the impact overall of junior achievement for our Clayton County students? It's early exposure to career and industry pathways, real-world financial literacy and workforce goals, and it is directly aligned to college, career, and life readiness goals. Our 4 E's of enrollment, enlistment, entrepreneurship, and employment. Very good. As we are building a better tomorrow today. Any questions?
Very good, very good. Any questions?
Any questions? It was a great experience today.
Is there any question?
No.
Seeing, you have a question?
No, thank you.
Seeing none, very good. Good job.
Board, I will say this, at some point in time, I hope that we can get the board to go through the Dream Accelerator so that you can see what that's like.
And we can work through that. Any board members who are interested in going, Mary and I will be there quite a bit this week. It starts at 9:30. It starts at 9:30 in the morning. The students get there. But also, if you would just let Ms. Blackwood know, and she can email Mary and me, and we can get the names to the JA team to make sure they're expecting you, and they make the experience a little bit more special for you. But Mary and I will probably be there. We'll be there each morning this week. So if you come this week, we'll be able to assist as well.
And today was a soft opening, so we only had Finance Park and Finance Park today. Tomorrow we'll have Dream Accelerator and Finance Park.
And tomorrow is North Clayton Middle School Part 2, because there's up to 160 students per day that can do the 6th and 7th grade experience. The Dream Accelerator experience only fits 60 students per day. So tomorrow will be North Clayton Middle School in Finance Park, which is the storefronts, the traditional storefronts, and MD Roberts. There will be up to 60 students that will be in the Dream Accelerator experience. And tomorrow's day 1, so everybody's excited about Dream Accelerator. The JA people who have experienced the Dream Accelerator, they just can't stop talking about it. So I'm excited. We're excited about seeing that tomorrow, and I know that all of you will be as well. Ms.
I'm just curious, how do we select which schools will participate?
All schools are participating. So all of our middle schools, 6th grade is the BizTown experience. 7th grade is Finance Park, and 8th grade is Dream Accelerator. For this year, based on beginning on February 23rd and only 60 students being able to go per day, we were only able to do 120 students per school in the 8th grade, so the principals had to select that. But the other schools were working to get all students in. For the Dream Accelerator experience, we are looking at moving that to the 9th grade for next year. We've had internal conversations about why it would work really well in 9th grade with the 9th grade academy model, the focus on advisement in 9th grade, and just the maturity of 9th graders beginning their high school experience by visioning their future. And in addition to that, 8th grade is a grade level where students test in all 4 subjects. It's the only grade in the K-12 experience where students test in all 4 subjects. So even though we piloted in 8th grade this year, we want to lift it to 9th grade for next year. So that way, we'll have 2 grade levels at middle school, but high school will have the opportunity. And our internal team is working through the details of that. And Dr. Gordon, we're going to work very closely with Dr. Gordon as we roll that out for 9th grade.
Thank you so much. And it just feels really great to have real conversations centered around students, which is our core business. Tonight has really been inspiring and enlightening to understand that our focus is now on our students. So thank you.
Thank you. And now we'll get into our proposed agenda, and we'll start with business services. Ms. Ramona Bivens.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, Madam Vice Chair, board members, and Superintendent Dr. Hendricks, colleagues of community. This evening, I'm going to go. Okay. So the first item is the monthly finance report for the month of through January. I'm going to look on here because I can't see it. January 31st, 2026. So we are
Can you pull the mic down just a little bit? I'm so sorry.
Is that done? Okay. As of January 31st, 2026, we have collected 54.9% of our budgeted revenue, which is $398.8 million. We collected 75% of our local tax revenue, 19% of other local revenue, 46% of our QBE revenue, and 54% of our federal revenue. On the expenditure side, we spent 47.5% of our budget, or $344.9 million. We're trending on that under where we should be at the this part of the fiscal year, being 7 months into the fiscal year. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Seeing none, move forward.
Thank you. Next, we have the SPLOST revenue collection report as of January 31st, 2026. This shows the funds that we received in January, but it was for revenue earned in December for sales tax, and as you can see, it was $7.7 million, which is the most we received over the last 3 months. In December, we received $6 million, November $6.1 million, and it's about $1 million above what we received last year at the same time. And we're still trending at our $6 million average collections each month. Any questions on this one?
No question, but I want to make a comment, and I got to credit Mr. Joseph for educating me on this. Board members, pay close attention to the revenue collections when it comes to SLOSS, because that's going to be a key indicator for how well our conference center is doing. If next year this time we see this number jump, it is going to be almost a direct correlation to the convocation center and the business that it's bringing in with those 1 cent. So as board members, that's a key number every month that we should be paying attention to, because any increase in that means that we got it right when it came to the convocation center. Thank you.
I just want to make a quick little joke here. with all those sevens, you might want to buy some lottery tickets, just saying, just saying.
Okay, thank you. Next, I have two budget amendments. The first one is to recognize the donation received from the Clayton County Public Schools Foundation in the amount of $3,000. This is to provide funding for the 2026 Regional Science and Engineering Fair. Any questions on this one?
Any questions, board members? Seeing none, you can keep moving.
Okay, the second and final budget amendment is to accept funding for the second year from the J.C. Parker Williams Foundation in the amount of $25,000. This is a 3-year grant. Again, this is the second year that we received the funding. We have 1 year left. This funding will be used to expand teletherapy mental health services for our students that are not able to have transportation to physically go to a facility or a clinic for mental health services. Any questions on this one?
Go ahead, Ms. Williams.
I missed that little real preview we had. My question was, you said it's going into the miscellaneous revenue, and then it goes to purchase professional services, increased expenses on here? How do we know that $25,000 is being used for that? Like, how do we know that's going to that particular item?
So the department, actually, when the students get the services,
Dr. Parker, you want to come speak to how this works when they go get services?
For telehealth?
Yes, for the telehealth, yes.
Ms. Williams asked, how do you know that this money is going for that?
How do we know? We're gonna have to allocate it to those, to the provider, and we'll be able to show documentation of it.
Like, we have it on here going to purchases professional services. Is that gonna be
Those
going
are-
back into your budget?
That's for the
Or add it
provider.
on your
Yes,
budget
those
line?
are for the,
Okay.
they'll be for the providers that we pay to provide those services.
Go ahead, Ms. Moses.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My question is about our overall budget. Right now, there is legislation that seeks to remove income taxes in a staggered method. And those who study this or are watching this know that this disproportionately impacts marginalized and low-income communities more than others. That's us. I'm curious about our attempt to address that on a county level. I recognize there's levels of influence, but, you know, hearing things like, oh, we got it right if we see a penny going well, and I do not share that mindset for a range of reasons. And I think while the SPLOST records are a great indicator of many things, we have a duty to think more broadly about our tax base. And so I'm just curious about whether or not we can expect a maybe longer conversation or ultimately a presentation, or if you want to start in like smaller groups. But just your quick thoughts on how we plan to address that. We've taken out multi-decade bonds. We're all splossed it out. And I'm just really curious about how we plan to walk through some of this without raising taxes.
Yes, ma'am. So actually, we met with Dr. Hendricks on Friday, and we have something we are in the process of scheduling meetings next week with the board. I actually just sent Ms. Blyles an email to see his availability next Wednesday and Thursday, so we can schedule some small groups with you all to discuss next year's budget, which includes some information on that as well.
May I add to that? That's a wonderful question. And what it warrants is prudence as we start to look at our budget.
Correct.
As we start to make budgeting decisions, and as I bring or do not bring you things, there has to be a lot of information that surrounds that. We have to look at our organization and be clear about duplications and the fact that we need to attempt to get rid of as many as possible. What I'm trying to say is we really need to think about our budget holistically, consolidating some things. All of this comes into play as we start to think about how do we make sure that we're fiscally responsible as these types of things come up. One other thing that I'll share with you, I have been writing letters and sending them to our legislative group. I think I've copied you all on some of those. Just making sure that they have a position statement from us about where we stand with some of that stuff. So there's a number of things that we're doing. The biggest things that we're doing is trying to look at our budget as we get ready to present that to you and be very fiscally aware and be fiscal conservatives. It's time to be a little conservative with what we're doing in terms of our budget. We're spending other people's money and we should spend it as such.
Thank you. That sounds fine. What I'm hearing is cuts, and that makes sense. We all know that. I just think that that's something we can be thoughtful about and transparent about at the outset, because it's necessary. And I think we didn't need to lose the threat of income taxes to be more judicious as fiscal stewards. We've been spending people's money wrong.
Any other questions? Seeing none, thank you.
I have one more, the purchasing report. We have 3 reports. Report A, consumable purchases made with a value of $10,000 or more. The report B is non-consumable purchase made with a value of $10,000 or more, but less than $100,000. And then report C are the non-consumable items with a value of $100,000 or more that require board approval as detailed in the executive summary that was provided. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have on the purchasing report.
I had one question, although I'm not, I think it's under, is it under your report regarding the elevator and the lifts?
It is,
Or
I
is
think
it,
it's on the purchasing report, I think. So I think you asked that question. Yes, it's item number 2 on page 2. It's facility services requesting to exercise the first of 2 one-year renewal options with Genesis Elevator Company.
yeah, I just wanted to know in regards to us continuing with a contract and us continually having our elevators out of whack. What, do we store parts, or what is the problem that when we have an elevator that doesn't work in a school building or anywhere, that we have to wait such a long time to get parts, but we have this contract with this company?
Is someone from facilities here? Facility services?
Yes.
Mr. Blackwood, would you like to come and respond to that?
Well, you know what? Just send the email. It's all right. Just send the email. Because if you have a long distance, you all can send me an email.
Okay.
I'm not sure you all send it. I just want our elevators to work when I go to a building, especially for our employees and our students that need it.
That's all I have this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joseph.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, Madam Vice Chair, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Doug Hendricks. You received 2 executive summaries from our department, the first being the SPLOST update that shows $16 million being installed last month, and there were no changes for this period. Additionally, you received the executive summary for capital purchases below $250,000. At this time, I'm prepared to answer any questions the board may have.
Any questions, board members?
I do have a question. You did send me an answer in regards to that desk.
Yeah, I did.
But I'd like to know what happened to the other desk that was already in the room? Did we just get rid of them or what?
Yes, ma'am. That desk was over 20 years old. If you remember, it sort of housed stuff like archaic computer monitors that are no longer in use. And so we replaced it with a modern desk.
I don't know about that. Those desks look pretty good to me. They just needed some new computers. And as I said, I hope if the chairs, I hope we don't buy chairs that are equal to the amount of the desk. Please go to Walmart or to Amazon, because I have a really comfortable chair in my house that I got from one of those places. Because that's really that's somebody's salary that we could have had. And I hope that maybe that desk, you know, maybe we're auctioning it out somewhere instead of just being in the But thank you also for all the great work you've done at the Convocation Center, and please keep the lock on the door and don't let anybody else in that building until we can get it all the way completed. Thank you, Ms. Joseph.
Go ahead, Ms. Taylor, School Board.
Hey, Mr. Joseph, just really quickly, can you give us an update on how it's going over there in the boardroom and central office as far as like the completion?
Yeah,
Completion date?
Yes, ma'am. We are targeting the board work session in late March for completion. So we will continue to monitor progress and keep the board updated if that date changes.
You say March?
Late March. He did.
This is, are you for real? Because I'm telling you, I'm having a problem tonight with this chair.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Joseph.
Thank you all.
Now we have the Human Resources, Ms. Alicia Albert.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, Madam Vice Chair, other members of the board, Interim Superintendent Dr. Hendricks, colleagues, and community members. The Personnel Changes Report summarizes all personnel actions for the period of January 13th through February 9th, 2026. As previously shared, fiscal year 27 contract distribution will be conducted in 3 phases. Just north of 3,500 contract eligible educators were included in the first phase of contract distribution on Friday, to include those paid on the teacher salary schedule and those in positions paid on the grade salary schedule whose roles do not require annual voting approval of the board. All other human resources updates were submitted to the Board of Education for your review. I'm happy to answer any questions.
I have a quick question. Before the last date for them to turn that in, do y'all send them out a reminder? Because every year I seem to get somebody who goes, I was sick, I was this, I was that, I didn't catch it. And so my question is, do we have a reminder?
Absolutely. So we have several strategies in place. Employees in contract eligible positions get no less than 3 reminders actually. And on day 5 of the window, the school leader or the department head receives a list of those who've not submitted a designation.
Thank you.
I would like to know, excuse me, are we holding contracts for people that are on FMLA?
So contracts are held for those on family medical leave since we don't know their ultimate return status. And it may go over to the next year depending on their leave range. I will assure you that once an educator who's in a contract eligible position returns to work, their contract is issued.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, we can move forward with board matters.
I have a question. Hold up. Sorry about that.
Ms. Albritton, we were discussing in our meeting, you had given us a great backdrop. Ms. Tellis, who could actually ask the question in regards to our vacancies in special education, which is a concern. I understand that you all are having job fairs. One starts in March and go on down to April. And you said that you all work in partnership with these various departments. Considering that special education seems to be 29 vacancies, and it seems to be always that number or a little bit higher or even in between. And you mentioned that the issue is really hiring or retaining interrelated teachers. You mentioned that. My question is, if we have these partnerships, and I just want to know, are the department heads or whomever assisting, not necessarily, trying to do HR's job when you all have these job fairs. But my thing is, if my department, this is just Dr. D, if my department is having these many vacancies, and I am a leader in that department, wouldn't it make sense for me to try to go out with HR to try to be the face of that department?
Absolutely.
Does that happen?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, we have that very model in place.
Okay.
They accompany us to external fairs, and they're on the grounds with us at our CCPS hosted fairs. Even prior to the event, they participate in our vetting to ensure that from those who apply,
we're attracting or attempting to select the very best. So yes, Dr. D, they're right there, locking arms with us.
And let me make this clear, I'm not just talking about special education.
Oh, absolutely, but in the spirit of your comment.
Cross-eyed, okay,
Yes,
all right.
yes, yes, yes.
Thank you, Ms. Overton. We now move to board matters. The first item on board matters is Policy Series J. This is our first read. As all you board members know, this Policy Series J is directly associated with student life and student rights. So please read through that thoroughly. And if there's any changes or discussion that we need to have, this is the time to have it. Is there any questions at this moment or any discussions at this moment regarding Policy J? Right. So in addition to the discussion, if there's anything that you want to send to the compliance department, please don't wait. Get it in as soon as possible so that the discussion can start.
Can you please add to copy out the other board members so that everybody knows what we're looking at?
I believe that their department sends out anything that we send to them. I think they send it back to the entire board to all the board members after they give their answers or their responses. But CC everybody when you're sending out your Policy J amendments or additions. Next, we move to the strategic plan. And remember, we'll be voting on this next Monday. Is there any questions in regards to the strategic plan? Any discussion in regards to the strategic plan at this moment?
I actually have a question, because I was curious as to how all of that ended up. When did all of that happen?
When did what happen?
All of everything that we received today. Because I didn't really see any, I saw a lot of things. I know that we met, you and I attended a couple of sessions for the board members, but I didn't, all the other stuff. You're probably not gonna be able to give me an answer. If you can just send some dates, because I didn't know that all of that was going on. I thought it would take a while, because I think we started, was it like last spring or something?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and it just seems like it's already, the whole process is over, and I find that to be impossible.
Yes, ma'am, it is, it's not, let's not say it's over. We had various sessions, you know, we had our community meetings with the community throughout Clayton County. And then we had our action team, which you and Mr. Straker you two were engaged in those meetings. And you helped us develop portions of it. And after the action team, you know, the action team included community members, teachers, principals, board members. But after that session, we moved to the planning team. The planning team had only internal staff because it was the day-to-day internal staff work. And so once the internal staff, which is the planning team, worked through what was developed with the action team, this is what you have.
Okay, but again, I'm saying that we started last spring.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't see any dates, and I know it's impossible because this spring hasn't come. It hasn't been a year, but we're supposed to vote on this next week, and I know that's impossible. So if you could send me some dates,
yes,
I'd appreciate it, because you don't do strategic plans not that quickly.
I get what you're saying.
Right.
I think, and help me if I understand you correctly so I can send you what you need. I think you are referring to the performance objectives, initiatives, and action steps, or are you just referring to this piece?
I'm referring to the process of strategic planning.
Yes,
and I know it doesn't, we have not planned for a year, so I know that. So I would just like to see some dates.
I give them to you.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you.
All right, if you get that out to everyone and board members, make sure that you pay attention to those emails going back and forth and give them your input on the strategic plan before we get to next Monday.
And Mr. Straker, if you don't mind, Dr. Wiley, it's the board's responsibility to vote on the goals only.
Correct.
Correct?
Okay, because that's the what, and then the how is the things that we do in turn. Thank you. I just
Correct.
wanted to make sure.
I'll send that to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Got it, Ms. Hill?
I was just gonna say that we did receive correspondence in reference to the strategic plan numerous times from both Dr. Wiley and Dr. Young.
And I will say that I know that, but I'm also gonna say it doesn't, it doesn't work that quickly. But thank you for the information, because I do read everything that comes.
All right, next we move on to the naming of the creative studio. Now, this is an action item for this next Monday. So next Monday, we will consider what the brilliant children presented to us and sold to us. So be prepared for that vote next week. Is there any additional questions or discussion in regards to the naming of the creative studio? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to the next item. The next item on the list is the GSBA board recognition. This is an exercise that we go through every year, and we need to vote on whether we're going to participate in this exercise this year. So next week, we will be voting on whether we push forward on the GSBA board recognition application. Is there any questions or any discussion?
Yes.
Go ahead, Ms. Hill.
I would like to know, before we vote on that, we need to schedule a time to do our board assessment.
Okay.
We have not done a board assessment to even begin to decide whether or not we want to apply for GSBA.
Gotcha. We'll do that this week. Ms. Blackwood, make a note of that for me, please.
Mr. Chairman, the board assessment is a part of the
Board recognition.
Yes, so
Right.
it's not, you don't need to do that first.
Right.
In order to vote, you need to decide what you're selecting, and then the board assessment is a part of the recognition that you receive.
Just for correction, if we are going to align with our interim superintendent, who has given us a 90-day plan to make sure that we are walking together and on one accord, we need to assess our board. We have not done that in 2 years.
And we'll be doing that next week. So Ms. Blackwood is going to put it on the schedule for us to start, at least get the discussion going on, where we're at with that. But you're correct. I think what you're saying is you would like to talk about the process and the application before you make a vote to say whether we should get involved in GSBA's board recognition. Am I correct?
Yes, absolutely. I think we should be in alignment.
Okay.
And we did do the board assessment. We do it every year when we do the superintendent's evaluation, and we do that at the same time.
Right.
We do it every year. Some people don't turn it in on time, but we do.
Not yet. Okay, next is the board vision resolution, and this falls right in line with the same discussion that we'll be having with the board recognition. So the same thing that we're doing with the board recognition next week is the same thing that we will be doing with the board vision and resolutions. That comes before we could even move forward on the GSBA board recognition. Is there any questions?
I would like to add some things to if you'll look at the board vision.
Right.
We currently, there are certain elements that we say that we're doing.
Right.
I would like for you all to consider adding, one, you can write these down.
No, what you could do is email all of us, and then we'll.
I want you to
Right.
specifically look at the one for 3.3.
Right.
3.5 and 3.6, since
Right.
we're adding the early learning center to.
Excellent, great idea. So, board members, if there's anything that we need to subtract or add, simply send an email to the entire board, and let's get the email chains going. This is definitely email work material. So these are things that we should be going back and forth on email with. Next, we have to we're moving to the business agenda. These items are the items that we will vote on tonight, all right? The items prior to this are items that we vote on next Monday. So talking about an item that we will vote on tonight is the GSBA delegates. Is there anybody interested in taking one of those two spots? Ms. Baker?
I think Mark's gone, so I think we should do that to him.
All right, so, Joy, do you want to do the delegation up in Savannah?
I am going this year.
You are? Okay, so I got Joy Tellis Cooper being one of the delegates, and then Mary will be the backup, correct? All right. Is there any objections to that, any discussion to that? All right.
Unanimous vote?
Okay. All right. Actually, can I get a motion for our delegates? Do we need to vote that?
We normally do,
Okay,
so I
so
move that we send Ms. Joy
Tellis
Tellis
Cooper.
Cooper as our delegate to GSBA.
Okay, and Mary Baker is the backup.
Well, let's vote her in
First,
first. We
okay,
need a
all right.
second.
Can I get a second?
I second.
That's Ms. Williams. It's been moved and properly second. Can I get a vote? All right. It is unanimous with the people that are here. Ms. Battles, please note that Ms. Bowles and Mr. Christmas are absent for this vote. All right, let's do it for Mary now.
No, Mr. Chairman, I want to move that we select Ms. Mary Baker as the alternate delegate for the GSBA.
Cooper, you're seconding it? All right, the motion has been moved and properly seconded. Can I get a vote? It's unanimous with the people that are left here, Ms. Battles, minus Ms. Bowles and minus Mr. Christmas. We now move on to the international travel for 2026. Did everybody get to read the two different places that our schools are going to?
Yes.
All right, can I get a motion for the international travel for 2026? Ms. Goree?
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was just going to go ahead and move that we accept the superintendent's recommendation for Forest Park High School to travel to London, Paris, and Barcelona, and elite scholars to travel to the French, where are they going to? To Normandy? Yes.
Okay, the motion has been made and properly seconded. Can I get a vote? All right, it's unanimous minus the two people.
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you asking a question or we voted?
we voted.
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
All right. Lastly, we have the approval of the proposed board meeting agenda for March 2nd, 2026. Can I get a motion for the proposed board meeting? I got Ms. Baker and Joy Tellis Cooper as the second. Can I get a vote for the proposed board meeting agenda? It is unanimous. Madam Chair, have we covered everything? This meeting is adjourned. The time now is